Hey, what's up everyone? Well, welcome back to another episode of Nitto 1320 Legends. Today here I have a 92 GTI as a wanted to do a little thing, and I wanted to show you guys the difference, well, not the difference, but how to build it, and I'm gonna use two components, which is the airflow meter, and right now I'm trying to find the full engine management. See, the thing is, you have to pay 44 points for the engine diagnostic tool, which is very useful. But I'm doing this just to show you guys how to do it without that tool. But once again, if you can get that tool, it's very useful to build into building your race car. But I'm gonna head and install it, uninstall actually the full engine control, and I'm just going to use the airflow meter. And this airflow meter, if you see on the right, it has green, yellow, and red. It's at 7 pounds of PSI right now, and it's showing that I'm running fair on, I'm not running rich, or I'm not running poor. So I'm making, let's see, I turned down my boost and I made 101. With my boost up, with the stock boost I'm making 115, which is pretty good. And I'm just gonna show you guys, the difference in between the power and boost range. With this stock ECU, you're able to run pretty fair, and I mean, if I'm right, then should be able to, run a lot of the parts, actually, even if it's an upgraded turbo, and run the stock ECU and still actually make still run fair with a reasonable amount of horsepower. It's not until you have to start changing your injectors when you see that your car is stuck at one horsepower range. And I'll get to it, but I'm gonna install the full engine management component, and I'm gonna show you guys what the use of this is. So the use of this is basically you have all these dots, right, and it's kind of like the airflow meter. But this time you can actually change whether you want to run rich or whether you want to run really aggressive and stress out your motor, or what is it? Run rich or lean. There you go. Run rich or lean. So running it very, very harsh, I'm able to do 120, and this is pretty good, for the amount of horsepower. But realistically, that's really bad. I'm gonna show you guys what it's gonna look like if I really baby it and run I guess, is it lean or rich? One of those two, I forgot. But I'm just gonna show you different various range in your horsepower, and as you can see, the dyno graph, it changes as you move up and down this airflow meter, and you can definitely see the difference in horsepower, and you'll definitely feel the difference on the track. So I'm actually going to go back, and I'm going to actually uninstall the engine management component, and I'm going to let it sit on the airflow meter, which is basically resetting letting the ECU run the stock its stock setting of running it fair. The reason why I want to do that is because I want the engine to run as fair as possible without either stressing the motor or running too rich, because it can benefit both. I mean, if you run too rich or too lean, then like it can break your engine. I'm not gonna get into it, but right now I'm looking through the turbos, and I'm deciding which turbos to get. And the one thing you do is, when you look through these parts, you gotta look to what it says. Like certain parts, it's like what the game motto says. Not all the most expensive part will create the fastest car. You're gonna have to really look into it, and you're gonna have to really trial and error. And I don't know. I'm deciding whether if I should do 30 pounds of boost or 20 pounds, 25 pounds, 10 pounds. I don't know. I kind of want to run as much boost as I can, because the more boost I can get out of the turbo, I can most likely get a lot of power. So I'm looking at this JTech Pro T7 30 psi turbo. I want to do it, and the thing is, when you run these bigger turbos, you're gonna have to change the internals. But I'm gonna end up doing that anyways because I want this car to be a head-to-head, and I want it to be the fastest car. So I don't know. I'm just looking through this Blowfish one looks pretty promising. The best one looks pretty good too. You know, it's the only turbo system, but I don't know. If I go back and forth too much, I'm sorry. This whole taking out your process and your parts, you want to be very careful because it's a lot of money you're investing into building a car, but at the same time it's really rewarding. So let's see. I think I'm gonna go. Oh man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the 20 psi with the Blowfish VX series, and I don't know. It just sounds pretty good. Picking the intercoolers, from past experience, the best signature series, the XL3s and the XL4s, are very good. Some of the cars on different other cars besides this one, it actually runs fairly well, and it, you know, a lot of people use it in their build. But you know, that just because they use it in their build doesn't necessarily mean that it'll work for, you know, this specific car. But I don't know, we'll see what we have so far with just the turbo and the intercooler upgrade. Alright, so we're doing 132, and that's at fair, which is pretty good. We're gonna see what it runs at 10 psi. Alright, so you can see a great difference. This is 110 at 10 psi at 115 pounds of torque. So I'm making about 22 horsepower more when from previous. I mean, I know I was running 7 psi before, but it's not so bad. I kind of want to say that in a sense it's good, and in a sense it's bad, because before I was running 7 pounds, and I believe I was making 116. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna try this out, see where I'm at. It's not the most fastest car, so let me turn around the racing view, update the graphics. Sorry if it's a little laggy, but trying to upgrade my PC so I can get better capturing images. Let's see. Going down on 3rd gear already. It's running slightly quicker from stock, not as fast. So 15.6. I guess that's pretty good, right? 15.6 down the quarter mile. Let's see. What am I gonna do here? So I'm actually gonna install the OEM. Play internals. Right here. Okay. So install the OEM turbo. I'm gonna actually let it run and see where I hit on the quarter mile. This is very slow, but I think it's rewarding in the end. Should want to make it run 9 seconds. I believe the fastest time is at 8.9 or something. So if I can make it hit 9 seconds, yeah, 9 seconds in real life is freaking fast. So let's see, 16.2. So that does make a significant difference. You know, that's the difference between one to 2 car lengths if you're racing a 16-second car. You know, I mean, damn, that's a lot of money poured into this little car. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I haven't upgraded too heavily, so for it to run on the stock engine components, it's fairly pretty good. I don't have injectors. I haven't got the right ECU to it. Don't know what's the right components yet, so just kind of like going trial and error right here. Like I said, let's see what's next. turbo piping, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna get. Let's see. Sorry if I'm like veering off, but you know, I really want to look at these intercoolers very closely because you know I don't want to have to like, rebuy the intercooler, you know. So I want to find close to near entries and exit. Well, I guess you can say an exit because, or the last thing you'll buy, right? An entry intercooler would be a small intercooler that's meant for, like, as you see on the bottom, it says entry level. Well, I want one that will stay with me from entry, mid range, and till the end of to however far I can go with an engine. That's what I'm looking at right now. All these little, you know, you read the little passage and it does help. You know, like sometimes they'll tell you, you know, like I said, this part is not meant for entry level performance, which means that you know if you have a very upgraded vehicle, or no, if you have a stock vehicle and you're trying to put this, you know, 32 psi turbo, and you're trying to run, you know, the stock components, you're most likely gonna you're probably gonna blow that car up in, you know, who knows, you know, 2-3 races. Won't last very long. So a lot of these stuff, they go down with aggressive. I mean, a lot of these parts are really aggressive, so you got to keep that into consideration. And these pipings right here, you want to pick the right pipings because you want the right amount of air to push in and to push out, and the right piping size makes the biggest difference. That's how much, depending on how much air your turbo is pushing in, you want your piping to be the right size. You don't want them too big and too small. You want it to the right size. And the reason why I say right size is because if you have it too big, when the turbo is pushing out all those air, it has so much space to fill that it's filling that space, and when it comes down to, you know, your catalytic converter or your, you know, your exhaust, right? And your exhaust is, say you go from 5-inch piping to 3-inch exhaust pipe, you know, and it has all that buildup of air inside the chamber of the 5-inch piping, that when it comes down to the 3-inch, it's almost as it's only gonna push out 3 inches of air out, and that's not what you want. You want a consistent 3-inch of air in and out. You don't want it a 5-inch, 4-inch, or a 5-inch, 3-inch, then back to 4, because that, by doing that, you're having too much air being trapped inside your car, and you're not moving all this air out. So you want to fairly buy the right part for it. You want to, oh man, are you serious? I got disconnected, so I'm gonna restart, and maybe I'm gonna post it up next week. But yeah, dude, you know, if you guys like this, like, comment, subscribe, hit me up, let me know some suggestions on what should I do. But for right now, I'll catch you guys later, alright? Thanks for watching. Peace.